This is Total Warhead, and welcome to another early game guide here in Total War 3 Kingdoms. This one is playing Baihu in the 190 Rise of the Warlord start date. His faction mechanic is White Tiger Confederation, which doesn't make sense why it's called Confederation, but whatever. It is all about increasing the amount of coalition or alliance members that you have in a coalition or alliance that you yourself create. If you do not create it yourself, you do not actually increase the amount of allies that you have in whatever alliance you decide to join. Now, what this bonus gives you is decreased research time for the bandit network and reduced recruitment costs for non-bandit units. Good bonuses, but the thing is that this mechanic is a bit of a pickle to even make it work in your favor. So we'll try to make it work by ourselves here. And the trick to it is to try to get people released or grant them independence when they are administrators. This is the correct word for bandits, but whatever. And once you release them, they are your vassals. You try to get them to best friends in relations with yourself, and then make sure that whatever person you have released or granted independence is a friend of any other coalition members that you have already released or granted independence. And then as vassals, you made them independent, and then you ask them to become your allies. So it's a multi-step process. Might have been a word salad that I just said there. Grant independence to somebody that is friends with you and friends to whoever you have granted independence of before. Get them to best friends, make them independent as vassals, and then ask them to join your coalition. If everybody that's in the coalition is friends with each other, you can greatly manipulate the parameter of opinion of this idea that any other coalition members have with anybody else that is trying to join, so they are more prone to wanting to have another member, another potential member join the coalition. Now, we do get two units here. One of the strongest in the game in the White Tiger Raiders. Pretty strong overall archer unit with guerrilla deployment, can use poison arrows, have a shield, and they actually, I think, have stock, I'm not mistaken. They're a pretty strong unit. And then White Tiger Warriors, good for splash attacks, good for actually hitting up cav units as well. And the good thing about them is that they I believe come with scare, which is pretty good if they do. And then Chanjue Camp does get more food from banditry and further increases bandit network research rate. So it combines well with that bonus, the White Tiger Confederation. And the food from banditry can be utilized to keep potential enemies or factions from declaring war on you if you get a lot of food. How food works in terms of diplomacy is it's like any other diplomatic deal that you have over time, like money. If you have a deal that's across 10 turns with a faction, you could potentially prevent them from declaring war on you, as you know, they have a concurrent deal with you at this time. And in Mercenary Treaty, we're going to utilize to our advantage greatly, as we will become an ally of Liu Yao early on in order to get visibility of Zerong, and then marry both of the daughters that these two factions have, who have the clerk basically a bonus, so I can get -2 construction time faction wide and expand with much more ease. While we do that, Liu Yao is very prone to do alliance wars against other factions around him, and then you can start very simple mercenary contracts against factions that are around here. Now, you could do other things. You can expand in the south if you want to, but to me it is just utterly boring. Like, I do not like to do it because it just gets so boring so fast. So I would say that the most fun thing that you can do is to get aggressive in the north and start expanding in this area, as it becomes a more dynamic and unexpected campaign where you actually engage Han factions instead of engaging the Han Empire and deserted lands for the majority of the early game, which is just utterly boring. As for his traits, he has cautious, and then he does have charismatic, really good, +5 satisfaction faction wide. Patient, helping with fatigue resistance, and then he does have -50% construction cost for resource settlements. Not as high as Juan Chu, but it's something. He does have stock for his own retinue, and both of those units that I just showed, the White Tiger units, get a +3 starting rank when recruited. We're on legendary difficulties as always. It is romance mode. Let us begin. To begin the campaign, we're gonna go to our assignment, and then Pan Ling is useful to give +15 satisfaction faction wide. Let's use him for that advantage. And then we have a couple of characters here that are useful if we want to keep them in the faction, and they have a couple of things that are good. Now, I want to point out that you can get obfuscation with this commander unit to enable night battles. And then what you can do is, with bandits, is build an army with a bandit commander with night battles, and then a bandit vanguard with targeted strikes for that -15 morale on a single unit, and then a Han vanguard with a Roar of the Beast. And if you have all three of these combinations together, only these three generals without any additional units can take minor settlements, as you can auto route the entire garrison, including the commander unit or the captain unit in the actual garrison, thanks to targeted strikes. Just take that into account, something for you to note. We'll keep this in mind. We're gonna now start to get as much money as possible and build up our faction as well as we can. Now, I just mentioned these characters here, fine and dandy, very good. I need to save money, and I need to make sure my satisfaction is as high as possible. So this guy's not necessarily too happy. He does give Goof extra money from his extra post-battle loot income, which is great, but I don't want to be losing this $150 per turn, and we're not going to be doing that many large battles against large combat potential armies early on. So it's not that useful early on, and I don't think you should be keeping this character around, dropping your overall satisfaction when you can just banish him and forget about his ass. As for Zobo here, he is somebody that does have not necessarily great overall traits. He does have Ringleader, so plus 3% replenishment for own army and -1 mustering turns. We're going to get enough characters as is from marriage for our initial campaign. So we'll use them to our advantage and then continue from here. We're going to banish all 3 of these people. And then here, Panling does get a little bit mad because of kicking the characters that I did. And then beginning here, we do have a character that is very worthwhile to get in Wind Chuanqin, because this character actually starts out with what's it called? Let me go here. She starts out with Poison Volley, so you can have 2 characters early on in the campaign with Poison Volley, which is pretty good. She does have, of course, 150 upkeep and then $1,000 recruitment cost. Just take that into account. But the thing is that now you have 2 characters with Poison Volley, 2 of the strongest abilities that you can have as bandits, and utilize that to your overall advantage. Additionally, she's at rank 2, so you can already, to start out the campaign, recruit those White Tiger warriors that I mentioned early on. So she is a combat-based character. It's good to just utilize her for combat purposes, and she's gonna have a lot of what do you call it? She's gonna have a lot of units that are missile-based because of the White Tiger Raiders archer unit. So let's work her on the top of the skill tree, like I'm doing right there. As for anything else here to start out, we do want to build a tribute hall to make as much money as possible from post-battle loot income faction-wide, but also, what more importantly, is the -10% construction cost that I want to take advantage of right here. So anyways, aside from that, it's time to begin our diplomatic shenanigans. Alright, first off, we're going to give up a lot to do this initial campaign, to do what I want to. So we're going to remove those 2 items. And then we're going to go to Liu Yao. And then we're going to work him here towards higher overall attitude. He's at 0. We can get him all the way to best friends early on in the campaign and get him to form a military alliance with me. So to begin, we're now going to go here. And he's at -1.2 to do any deals. So we try to find if there's any simple ass items that we can just give up, like that one there. Make a simple little payment, $55. And now he's trending towards 30 in overall diplomatic attitude. We're gonna get him up to above 16 to get him to friendly instead of neutral. And as you work somebody up in diplomatic attitudes, you reduce the parameter of opinion this idea in diplomacy, which is great. He is now at friendly, and now military access was at -4 point something. Now it's at -0.2, which is very easy to get trending even higher. With the military access, we can now get him up towards very friendly, and we're just gonna keep doing this. Now it's gonna become easier and easier and easier to work him up with further and further deals, so it becomes easier to get a marriage with him, which is one of the things I wanted to do, right? But also a trade agreement, and then also a coalition. All right, so I'm gonna do it a little bit more, because when you try to do a coalition with a faction, it's like you gotta get a bit higher than just very friendly to actually get an even further reduction for a faction to wanting to do the deal with you. Coalition's at -11.4. It's a pretty big hit to try to get it done. And then here, receive marriage. How much is just a trade agreement? Not enough to get him up as high as I want to. We're gonna do this marriage, even though they do not. Actually, no, let's do this one. Yeah, so -1.9 to make this one happen. So if I give up a simple item, it'll actually make it work. And there it trends up, and look at that. We can get him up here, -20 to 155 in attitude. So we can get him all the way up to best friends with doing this marriage and this trade agreement. And that will actually get us towards best friends, which will make it easier to get into a coalition with them. Right now, coalition is at -11.4. We need to keep working that up. So I'm gonna just skip through this so you don't waste your time, so we can get him all the way to best friends. All right, so now I got him to best friends as I got him above 151. And then from here, we're gonna trade items to make this deal actually happen. Do these little bows. I think actually if I give him this one, it'll be good enough to get it. Oh, not. And one more. Whoopsie. Forgot to do my math correctly. Let's give up this item, and that's positive 0.2. And then this actually gets us a coalition with him. By getting this coalition, we give visibility to the factions that he has visibility of. So now we can see Zerong, which is great. Friend. And now we're going to do transition to a military alliance. And now the reason why you want to do this is because when you do a coalition, you just can't start a coalition war like automatically, right? You have to depend on your coalition members to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna join or not. You know, you gotta ask them. Now if you do an alliance war, you can do a war declaration as an alliance and therefore have an easier time declaring war on other people as with somebody that's your ally as well, that's willing to do alliance wars themselves. So now with this done, here's an example of what you can potentially do. You can go to Mr. Wang Lan and just declare war on his ass if you want to, and Liu Yao will be willing to join, and then you can just add a mercenary contract to it so you can make good money out of it. Anyways, continuing here, now we have visibility with a couple more factions, and then what we care about is Zerong. Now Zerong, it's kind of hard to actually even work him up in overall diplomacy. It's just a hard little pickle to bring up. So we're just going to do the marriage right away, which is at -9. It's a pretty steep penalty, but remember that we started with some silver items in this campaign. So let's give this one up, this one, this. There, even the builder, that's a pretty good item. And then here, there we go. We're gonna go $26 per turn, and then we're gonna give all of these items up. We're gonna be left with like nothing left. But now we get another character with clerk into our faction, and someone necessarily does not like Mr. Baihu, and it's gonna have an easier time for us to make this deal or marriage actually happen. We can actually offer one food if we want to potentially not have to give up that money. Let me see if I do this, and then I drop this, potentially keep the builder, make a small little payment, drop this down. Yeah, there we go. So I can give one food, and then from there still be able to keep the builders, which I can actually utilize to my advantage later and get overall -3 construction time in a location early on in the campaign. So with this out of the way, now we can get Zerong happier, but I don't care about that. What we care about here is now we have 2 clerk females, and we can actually get them to really friendly terms with us. And additionally, we can get these factions here have potential turncoats that want to join our faction. For example, if I go here, okay, you can't see it right now. Zue Li is not a family member of Liu Yao, but Zerong has somebody called Zebu, who's a brother of the chick I just married into my faction, who's willing to actually want to do deals with us, or what do you call it? Want to become our turncoat spy. So anyways, in terms of characters that have joined our faction, this one is not really too good as a actual leader. This one though does have Zeyue, does have +2 public order, which is good, and then we can take advantage of the -2 construction time. Now the thing about this is that we should wait until we actually get this assignment deployed here, activated the next turn to make her an heir. So we'll just build up this building right now, the tributary shrine, and then we'll start to get -2 construction time faction wide to our advantage. There's no more items left, I believe, in our hands except the builder item, which I'm not sure why we can't see. Let me see. I can give it to her if I want to. Let's see. How much does she have in expertise? 18%. Yeah, everybody's pretty high up. Anyways, it isn't really of value to put anybody into these positions just yet, because it's just gonna basically be a loss of money, I believe, early on here. Now, if I put this lady as a person into this position, though, actually, it might be worthwhile to do it. Yeah, I mean, I won't necessarily make enough money to start out, but I think we will in due time by putting this position here, or maybe one of these people who's actually, yeah. Let's put this lady, because I can actually remove her from the underling position if I want to later, and then basically take advantage of that. So let's go here, and then where is the person that is now? It's Liu Piming. Why can't I see her? There we go. Okay, not that it's gonna matter, but you know, we can just go here. We go a little bit less. Okay, boom. All right, excellent. And nobody else to recruit, I believe. There's this other guy here who is a mastermind, and then he does have good cover. He's actually a spy, but I don't care about getting him any of these things. So I think we're good here. Nobody else to recruit. And now we can start doing these battles to basically start grabbing this territory at the very least. And then from there, I'm gonna do some shenanigans a little bit different than what you traditionally would do when you play Baihu. But anyways, Let's begin here. Engage this army. And this faction necessarily, or this guy's not necessarily scary to engage. Mr. Baihu has the poison volley, which is really strong. And then from there, we can even duel this guy without the horse that we come equipped with, and even defeat him with that. It's a very easy battle. Let's go.
All right, to begin, let's distribute these units like this. Bring them up. Right here. Let's begin. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get right up, really close to these units, like right here.
Run! Rain down death! Our hidden men have been seen.
Oh, that's so disappointing. It took so long for him to wind up. Come on.
Run! Run! Onward!
Alright, just hold up.
March out! March! Undaunted! Fire! 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 Prepare! Go! 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 Make ready! Move! Faster! Fire upon them! China will revel in your death! If you fight as well as you talk, you'll soon be dead! Stand ready! The time has come! To attention! Look! The enemy run!
Ah, damn.
Axes, attend! Now! Go!
Very good.
Heal yourselves! Destroy them! Ready! Attack the ready!
Alright, Mr. Baihu.
Time has come! Prepare! Weapons! Steel yourselves! Weapons ready! Stand ready!
Very good. Munch 'em, munch 'em.
At least pretend to try!
Jesus.
Victory grows ever closer!
Alright, and that is it. So continuing here. Everybody's been munched up. I think there's much else to do there.
Yep, we don't have to actually kill anybody else. I think with that out of the way, decisive victory, pretty good for us. It was a higher capture chance of getting this little champion. And from there, we can proceed to grab the Han Empire territory below us. Alright, very good. We got good money. And then the loot is very important. We want to manipulate loot as much as possible. So we're going to get this +8 loot here to our advantage. And then Mr. Baihu was able to level up from that doing that duel and the amount of potential damage that he did in that battle. And since he's very good for battle purposes, we'll work him up in the top side of the tree here, so he can get even more range firing rate when commanding for his own army, which will become valuable once you get him to high enough rank to get the raiders recruited. So anyways, we have about $1,900 left, not that we care about utilizing that money for anything else. There's not much else that we can actually do in diplomacy, or that we want to do in diplomacy at this time. That is it here. Oh wait, I forgot about this. So important. There's some very valuable stuff that you can do to your advantage early on. So it will take about, I believe, 8 turns to grab this one, which would actually give us 3 of these, what do you call it? Duet Remnant Warriors, which is a pretty good overall unit. It's base weapon damage that they do a lot of. But basically with them, you can get some good overall damage output on the enemy. And they do have, this thing actually causes a minus 20% upkeep for sword and shield infantry, which is not bad. And then aside from that, there's other really good ones. Like, I really like this one as well, Pretenders of Luling, to get a upkeep cost reduction for, or upkeep cost reduction for the spies, and then +1 spy positions. But the side that I like to work on is this way. So you can get, if you go work up this way, 2 of those white tiger, what do you call it? White tiger warriors, whatever. But you can reduce recruitment costs for all melee infantry by 10%. And it'll be in 5 turns that you'll complete that. And then working our way up, we can get +4 satisfaction here, and then +10% character experience, but also 2 freaking scholar warriors recruited of the Yellow Turbans. And then after that, you can get +10 diplomatic relations with all factions, making it easier to get them to best friends. 2 militia of virtue that have unbreakable, that's very good. And then aside from that, we can keep getting more satisfaction bonuses. And then also, we can get with this one here, +2 starting rank for range units, which works well on this other point here, to help our White Tiger Raiders when we start recruiting them. So this work way up this way, I think is really valuable to do. And then aside from that, there's really good things to work across the middle of the map here to get to the top left. Anyways, we're good here. Mr. Baihu can stay as he is. I'm not gonna do that stance. And then from there, we should be able to grab this settlement the next turn, and then begin to basically build it up a bit faster. And we'll get a clerk as an heir, so we can get everything built up like ASAP. So anyways, that is it here for us. I got a heirloom spear. What the hell? How did I get a heirloom spear? Was it from the battle? Oh shit. Oh, interesting. That is very interesting. I didn't notice we would get that. Okay, that's pretty cool actually. Too bad I don't got any champions leather. So anyways, that is it here for us. Oh wait, no, there's something else I want to do. So you're gonna be like, dude, why are you doing this? So I am going to start messing with Mr. Wang Lan here.
Let us talk.
Mr. Wang Lan, like I was showing earlier, we're gonna do
Glad
a
to see
alliance war declaration with. If we go here, sorry, here. We go here,
Clarity and truth
declare
shall
alliance
guide
war,
us.
and then Mr. Liu Yao is really willing to do this war against them. Now, the reason why I want to do this is because I can start a mercenary contract and potentially get some money out of it and take out Mr. Wang Lan early on. So it's actually pretty good to do this. And then from there, I can just focus on cleaning up the south if I want to, go up north if I need to. And then again, I don't really care too much about the south per se. I can just let Mr. Sun Che do whatever the hell he wants to, and then we'll do a massive war declaration in the mid to late game to make the game more epic towards that end. But for now, we can just take out Wang Lang, start the mercenary contract abuse, and then work our way around the factions that are around Liu Yao before we eat up Liu Yao himself. So anyways, with this out of the way, Mr. Wang Lang now is at war with us,
And
and this is a thing that you can keep doing.
Well met,
When you
friend.
offer mercenary assistance for these factions like Wang Lang, you can get some money out of it, just a little bit, but it's something. And you can just keep taking advantage of this. What the hell? There we go. Here we go, work it up. You know, and then with this, you can make up the money that we're actually giving up in diplomacy to make this deal happen. These deals happen early on in the campaign. There we go. 590. 580. There we go. So now we can get Liu Yao really happy with us. He, you know, when we do our like White Tiger Coalition alliances, he's not going to be a part of it because he's not going to be friends with the people that I try to release to make it actually big enough to actually happen. But anyways, with this out of the way,
we accept.
we can just work it up here. And then now we have this war declaration against Mr. Wang Lan and a mercenary contract that could potentially give us an item. And when we defeat an army of Wang Lan, which we will get $1,000 as well, which is pretty valuable. Anyways, that is it for us here. Let's continue. All right, to begin this turn 3, we're now going to go to our family tree, and then Sejue is going to become our heir. Mr. Yan Yu is going to get pissed about that. We'll stabilize him in just a second with giving him 100 more, or sorry, 15 more satisfaction-ish, and then plus 100 character salary. And now with that out of the way, it only takes one turn to build up this location, which is great for us, as we definitely want to get this place up and running, at least to level 4. As for this region now, we're going to push to grab it here with Mr. Yan Baihu. And then if we look here, this is just a basic close victory. And if you really don't want to take any losses, you can actually just do the battle manually. And then from there, proceed to not having to do sharing the spoils and just get loot maximized to proceed at a faster blitz direction early on in the campaign.
Alright, let's distribute everybody. One person there. One person over here. And one over here. And Yan Baihu can strike from here. Oh my god.
Move out, quickly! Move out! Onward! Hurry! Your attention! Guard! Prepare! Get moving! Stand by! Exit! Back the ready! Go now! Axemen! Stand ready! Take 3, warriors!
Okay, come on, get over here.
Move out, quickly! Our hidden men have been seen. Ready! Warriors, prepare!
9 seconds. I just need to pop the G infantry captain over here and then we'll be good.
To attention! Release missiles! The time has come!
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
March like a salute! Destroy them! Double time! Kill them! Steel yourselves! Back the ready!
Alright, very good. The unit's done.
Go! Go! Axe warriors! Attack! Weapons! Make ready! Attend! Prepare! Axes! Make ready! Axemen, stand by!
Oh my god.
Take warriors! The enemy unit flees! Run! Run! Battle! Show no mercy! Move! Move! March now! Hurry! Move! Run! Shoot! Unleash fury!
And one poison volley right here.
Attend!
But I don't shoot my own unit. Okay, very good.
The enemy
Excellent. Excellent.
Do not relent. Steel yourselves. Warriors, to attention.
Alright, and that is it. Let's continue. Actually, let's get Yan Baihu to capture the point. Did you get it? Oh, whatever. Let's go.
All right, and for this region, we're just going to loot and occupy to maximize our overall loot here.
Take everything.
And then from here, we have leveled up Yan Baihu. We got the settlement to complete that mission. Now we need to build one in our major region. So Mr. Yan Baihu levels up yet again. Let's get him ruthlessness for poison arrows and more range damage for our own army. And then from here, we want to build this up to get a bandit camp, but also switch it up because this place is a food commandery. We'll build it up for food production and then maximize its overall use case by getting basically food-based buildings here and putting characters deployed with sharing the spoils to get 200% more food from banditry in this commandery. Now, we want to reach this weapon craftsman here, but we actually cannot just basically reach it as it is. So we're going to do some crazy stuff here. We're going to separate Mr. Yan Baihu from this chick here, Wen Juanchin, and then she is going to get separated from him and then become her own separate army. And then what we want to do here is basically take her and then Yan Yu together, and then they themselves can push towards Wang Lan and push towards the east, while Mr. Yan Baihu with anybody else can just push in the other direction. Now I have about $3,700 at the moment that I can utilize. I gotta take that into account here. Now if I look at this location, it takes me, let me see, I can just switch this up and build it right now, and I can spend $1,400 to build up that commandery. That's okay. So let's go here. Let's get her deployed. Boom. And then I'm gonna move her to become her own separate army, and then get with her Mr. Yan Yu. There we go. And then for Mr. Yan Baihu over here, let's get one of the new females that I just got into the faction, like Sejue. And then from there, I'm gonna move her outside of the army so she has extra movement and she can move to be able to grab this weapon craftsman easily. Now we want to be able to do this without all these units basically taking up upkeep, and I'm not gonna get that much replenishment for them, so they're just not gonna have basically that many units with them at this time. So just forget about all these units. Very good.
Welcome, my lord. Your presence is heartening.
And I got a heirloom spear, which is not like I should care about it, but just use that. Okay. And then for this lady, she can actually reach this settlement and perhaps maybe even take it, but I don't necessarily think she actually can. If I look at this place, no, she won't be able to. Mr. Yan Baihu though can, so we will actually just use him and her together over there. Let's go over here. And she does have some little bit of movement left, so I can just do raiding and then put her over here. Boom, there we go. So now she's getting her loot all the way maximized, and Mr. Yan Baihu as well. These guys do not have their loot maximized per se. I could potentially get it maximized. No, we're in our own territory. Yeah, so we'll move these guys over towards reaching Mr. Wang Lan ASAP. So let's get on force march and just get our way in this direction over here to reach him. All right, very good. And you'll keep your units. See if we can auto-resolve some of these battles over here if needed. And then here, we're doing very good. We have good overall income at the moment. And I will keep these units around just to have some bodies in case I can do some auto-resolve. And Yan Baihu does not necessarily get too hurt from the auto-resolve. So anyways, that is it here for us. Let's continue. All right, so now I'm building the Shanjue camp to get even more food produced. And then over here, I can actually try to maybe reach over there. I think I can do it in 2 turns or so. I think if I do force march, yeah, there we go, we'll be good. We can potentially reach. This location should not have any defenses, so it should be easy to just take him out. And this guy actually has pretty high cunning. Damn. Interesting. And then in terms of active spies, nobody that I really care about. And then as I was saying, we can get him or Mr. Yan Baihu to get closer towards reaching over here, probably on force march, right? Yeah.
On your feet.
Get on force march.
We know the way.
Very good. And then she, in turn, can just strike the actual weapon craftsman location herself. It is a close victory. We're not going to just auto-resolve it. We have to do a lot of battles manually in order to just avoid that many losses and just utilize him with the poison volley as much as possible. And she should have anima resolve, which if I need to send Yan Baihu into combat, we can get him to extremely high melee evasion. Let's go.
Alright, she should be visible, so I forgot about that. Let me put her over here. Alright, there's where everybody is. And she has a close relative. Okay. Baihu. Actually, they have stock, so we should be okay. Alright, where are they?
Watch out! The enemy lies in wait for us. Faster! Move out! Move! March now! Double time! Move! Move! Move!
One of the two most valuable units, right here. One.
Release missiles! Missiles! Fire! Run! Run!
Is she? What the hell is going on? Hello?
Run! Let's fly! March! I
Some big bamboo sticks.
Take heed, warriors! Move out! Wait, wait! Go! 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 Onward! Do not relent! Faster! Now! Run! Run! Double time! Go! 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 Move! Move! Fight! Bring down death!
On, do a good volley on his ass. Oof. Nice. Very good.
Steel yourselves! Our brother is under attack.
Very good.
Them. Show no
Just gotta make sure that one shatters.
Move out quickly. Stand ready. Ready. The time has come. Strike! Destroy them!
Alright, there we go.
The enemy warriors are
Alright, and with that, we get the weapon craftsman location. We didn't take that many losses. And we can just continue our way through the rest of this commandery.
Alright, same thing. Loot and occupy. And then from here, we just gotta build it up now to a hidden crest or a hideout craftsman location. And then we can build that up. And in here, we're pretty good. We're in forced march though, so just take that into account. We can just basically proceed to just start grabbing the rest of these regions in Poyang as I go through this. And then basically what I want to do is grab this, the major settlement, then the minor iron mine all the way over here, and then rotate back to the copper mine and the fishing port over there. As for these guys over here, they already moved. This place is getting built up. This is also getting built up. I do need more money, so definitely need to get this up and running as fast as I possibly can. And then continue from here. Alright, and continuing here, I'm building the Shanjue Fortress to get even more food. The bonus of food that people don't really think about whenever you're playing bandits is that you can get that extra reserves in all your commanderies. Now, with reserves, when you play the Yellow Turban, or sorry, the Yellow Turbans, when you play the bandits, is that once you get it to like 20 or higher, I think it is, you can actually get an income from more sources multiplier in the commanderies that you're standing in. Just take that into account that you might just forget about how useful that is to keep reserves a high enough value in this game. Now continuing, we want to get all the way over to Wang Lang and strike him and potentially take him out with these two characters that we have. Now what I did is I gave her a heavenly sword that we just actually acquired, potentially from the weapon craftsman location that I just acquired the previous turn. And here, we're gonna demand surrender, but it's not gonna work. These characters don't necessarily scare me at this time. So he does have abrasive, what do you call it? He does have abrasive advisor. and he does have Stifling Deluge, which can cause me to struggle to potentially pop off the Poison Volley. So I have to look for him and then take him out as much as I potentially can. And then of course there's Mr. Wang Lan here with Ardent Educator and Unyielding Earth. Not necessarily bad skills for him to have. Let's go.
Alright, let's begin this battle. I think we can just go in and fast forward. It's not necessarily that scary. Let's go forward. Let's capture this little towers right here. There we go, very good. I'm not sure where the hell she's going. What the hell is she doing?
Take heed, warriors!
No, I don't think they're willing to do a duel. I want to check if he actually pops Unyielding Earth. You see if he's actually willing to do a duel so I can get a lot more experience. Oh, really? Damn. That's interesting. There we go. Oh, Jesus, dude, we're smacking these dudes around.
Look! The enemy run! Craven!
Get in here. Oh, damn. There you go, so we're gonna grab this point so we can reduce the extra morale that the enemy has at the moment. Very good. I'm gonna smack this dude around to remove the Stifling Deluge that's preventing us from potentially using our abilities. Very good. 20 more seconds till the next mending. We'll take out this Scav unit by ourselves though. Very good. Mm-hmm. 30 seconds. Alright, let's move her back. Let's keep him here. Oh my god, I think we hit everybody. That was nasty. Yeah, let's get them both together. See if we can get another volley here of... Yeah, I think one more mending. So we can heal her back up very easily. There we go. Alright, that is it. Let's get out of here.
Alright, and then here we can either loot and occupy this region. It doesn't have that much value. I'd say we can just gift it to Mercenary Lord. Get about 3 to 4 times the money. What? 3? What? Dude, like 5 times the money. Even more than that. The money that it would be from loot and occupying by gifting it to Mercenary Lord. And then from there, I'll basically use this to my advantage to help build up my other 2 main commanderies as I grab them. And then from there, I can get this back from Liu Yao when I decide to betray him. Very good. And we defeat one army of Mr. Wang Lan, and now he's been eliminated. We can replenish because we are an ally of Mr. Liu Yao. So you can take advantage of this here. And then look at that. You can get the extra replenishment across your own units when you're in your own and ally territory with sharing the spoils, which is pretty damn strong. Now by doing this, Mr. Liu Yao has now acquired a region that is of this commandery, not necessarily of that much strength. But here, I can now proceed to grab these 2 regions if I want to. The rice paddy and the livestock farm from the Yellow Turbans. And then make another mercenary contract with factions up in the north above us. I can also get on Force March if I want to, but I really want to get this person replenished before I move to strike the Yellow Turbans down in the south. Now, I have a lot of money at this time, enough so to actually be able to build up my own commanderies really fast. So we definitely want to do that. I am not yet going to build up anything in my major building because I want to wait till I can get a lot of money instantaneously to build up a lot of things and take advantage of your economy grows as much as I can to build up Shindu and the Poyang major regions to level 4 at least and get them up to the levels I need to make as much money as I potentially can. Anyways, that will be it, I believe, here. We're now going to move to grab these regions from the Yellow Turbans, and then additionally from there I'll proceed to do a mercenary contract alliance war against Shenzhen all the way up here. And then additionally on this front, also I want to point something out that I did not mention. Whenever you do like basically wins against enemies of an alliance, you actually get more respectability, which makes it easier to do deals with other factions. Just keep that in mind as you kind of can really boost that up over time. I moved Mr. Yan Baihu in Force March close to the major region here of Poyang. It doesn't look like it's going to be an easy one to potentially win. Let's engage it here. And then if we look, there is a garrison here are a garrison building, giving a little bit more units, and then the regular garrison in this location. I think it's a level 2 region, so not necessarily with walls, but then again, not necessarily something hard to win against, but just a little bit of work with our respective characters that we have. Let's go.
Alright, let's hide her here. Let's fast forward. See where the enemies actually go. Alright, Yanbai, who of course is on force march, so he's gonna have barely any movement left there. What I have to watch out for here is the Mounted Lancer Militia and the Captain Unit. Everything else is not necessarily scary to deal with. And of course, there's 2 Captain Units, so that's very scary. Watch out for that too. How fast can we take this out? Let's see. He doesn't have that, yeah, he doesn't have that much power to take it out fast. Okay.
Run! March! Attack them all! Move out! Quickly!
So, I don't want to get too close. Oh, that's a nice volley of potential units right there.
Move!
Maybe I could actually get close.
Attention! Ready!
Oh my god, what a line drive. I know I'm gonna become visible.
Release missiles!
Oh! Oh my god.
Run!
Thank you, baby Jesus.
Move! Faster! Run! Run! Move out! Quickly! Go! 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 Go!
That was really nasty.
Run!
Just make sure he's not visible again. Very good. Look, everybody's still around, you know, like working, you know, doing their thing. Oh my god. Dude, look at all of that damage. This thing is just broken, man.
Move out! Quickly! Move! Loose! Run! Look! The enemy run!
This is just absurd, man. Jesus.
Fight! Move! Move! March! Attack them all! Take heed, warriors!
Alright, another volley coming up.
Go! 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 Faster! Hurry! Move! Make ready! The time has come!
Oh.
Double time!
Dude, he just smacked...
Go!
Did he just
go,
smack a dude
go.
on the street?
Faster!
Oh, you are one
Move.
little asshole, aren't you?
Move out. Quickly! Move! Move! Double time! Run! March! Attack them all! Attend! Run! Run! Hurry!
Careful.
Move! Move! Faster! Hurry! Move! Run! Fire!
Okay, that was very anticlimactic.
Move! Double time! Run! Run! Go! 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 Show no mercy! Destroy them! At the ready! Move out! Quickly! March! Attack them all! Hurry!
Careful.
Go! 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 Prepare! Steel yourselves! Weapons! Strike! Move! Attack!
A little bit of a cycle charge.
Faster!
Alright, very good again.
Run! Look! The enemy run!
Yep, get him to shatter. Alright, very good. Alright. Yeah, Yanbai definitely needs some help, but we've won yet another settlement battle, and we just keep expanding in really fast manner here. It's like turn, what, 6 now? Very good.
All right, and she has very good loot at the moment. So it's not like we actually need to do loot and occupy here. So we can actually just keep her as she is and just occupy this region as per normally. And then from here, it does have this military building giving +5 Leuven adjacent commanders, which I don't really care too much about. Keeping this labor or this temporary labor housing is not necessarily a bad thing. So we're going to keep that one constructed there. And then we'll keep that getting built. We'll get the weapon craftsman constructed as well, just to save some money and or to get better potential weapons in RNG. And then we do want Baihu to get more help, but we really don't have the chance to do that right now. And then here we need to reach this iron mine ASAP before Sun Jian does, so we get the entirety of Poyang, which is one of the 2 best commanderies in the south for a bandit faction. And in here Gonna go up against a bit of a pickle here with against the Yellow Turbans to grab this region. But we're in a pretty good overall state down in the south. I did get a Warblade actually, which is great. Win a battle where your allies lose 200 or less men and the enemy have at least 8 units. So I got a new title. Let's see which title that is, because I did not look at it. Earth Dragon, so okay, more satisfaction. Or sorry, more authority. Sorry. And then we did get a Warblade, which gives us about 30 melee attack rate. I believe somebody around here does not have a weapon, which would be her. Yeah. There we go. Everybody gets a weapon. And there's also flying daggers, which I think this person will need more so than the other lady. Alright. So now what we're going to do here is I got a bunch of Duet Tribesmen because this upcoming battle is going to be against a bunch of cav units, which could make it very dangerous for my generals to engage them without having some support that will actually be able to inflict a lot of damage on them. These units have 43 AP damage, 21 melee attack rate, and also 11 bonus versus cav. It would be good to actually combine them with a White Tiger Warrior to get scare, but I just went full Duet Tribesmen just for the hell of it. I would suggest you at least make one of them the White Tiger Warriors for that scare and the melee evasion drop, which cav units already have, or melee cav, sorry, shock cav units have very low melee evasion as is, but it can help you out. Now, aside from that, Yellow Turban Rebellion, we're going to do an alliance war declaration against them to start grabbing these territories down here, and then from there, nothing down here in the south that is not occupied, you know, will be potentially grabbed any further. So now we'll do this.
You will find us ready for war.
And now with that out of the way, we're not going to do a mercenary contract against the Yellow Turbans. That is a very big mistake that you should never ever do. Because if you do a mercenary contract against them, it's very hard to end it against them. And you can't do a turn mercenary contract against contractor with them. So you'll be stuck with them unless they lose all their territories and they're no longer around. And they tend to survive until a long time in the campaign. So just don't do that. So let's go here, attack this settlement. And then this one's going to be a bit of a pickle to do. There's some pretty good overall units here for a land battle. And then this general is a brewer, so not necessarily too scary. He does have the extra melee attack rate and then preach already. So I have to watch out for him. He does have very low overall damage output, so he's got to hit him enough and we'll be able to take him out. And we have good weapons as is. Let's begin.
Alright, let's put everybody in the middle. Let's see where the AI is. And it appears they're gonna come towards us. Okay. Someone a duel? Alright, this side's not necessarily too scary. Let's go this way. Let's make sure we get past the towers first. Very good.
Look!
Oh shit, the towers.
Craven!
Let's go up this way. Oh shit, they got this mounted. Whoopsie. See how the hell we get out of this pickle.
The time has come! Stand ready! Run! Double time! I will cut you to pieces for your treachery! Oh, I'm sorry! Did you say something? Attack! At the ready! Stand ready! The enemy unit flees! What cowards!
Alright, 15 seconds till another volley. Come on, come on.
Ready!
Oh, this guy's in trouble.
Take heed, warriors!
Oh my god, dude, what?
To attention! Faster! The enemy unit flees! What cowards!
Uh-oh.
Steel yourselves! Look! The enemy
Very
red!
good.
Craven!
Got one more left? Yeah. Well, doesn't matter if we get dismounted then. Shit. Jeez, dude. Freaking Poison Volley and Mending are just really, really, really strong. Let's go.
All right, there we go. So this is a very low tier location. We can just do loot and occupy, make sure we get our loot back up. Very good. Our ex bandit, or what do you call it? Our ex bandit. Our ex faction heir now has leveled up. We definitely want to use him for battle purposes. So let's get him with Scare here. And it's going to help us route enemy units faster, especially with how we're playing. And then there, we'll try to grab this region next. We want to build this up, get a bit more food produced. And then over here, we're just getting ready to strike this location and grab it. And then rotate up to the copper mine and then to the fishing port to grab all of these commanderies all around us. This region is actually dropping in overall public order, but I don't think there will be a rebellion. And then in terms of diplomacy, I don't think there's any other shenanigans that I want to do right now. Nope. All right, that will be it. Let me see. Yeah, there have been a couple characters that have appeared, but we want to save money as much as possible to build up our commanderies correspondingly. And here, I do want to get the tributary shrine, right? To get the lowered construction cost reductions. Very good. All right, that will be it. Let's continue. And Baihu levels up again. Let's give him bravery so we can keep working our way up this direction to get all the way to Stalker. And then here, I think we're good. Flying Dagger, I did equip on somebody, which I don't remember who the hell it was. And then we did get another character who has appeared. He is a trader. Nothing really to really brag about here. And then I can't get to this location without Force March. So we're doing the same thing we've been doing for the past few battles. And now we got the Iron Mine here. And then has Mr. Sunshift become leader? I don't know. Maybe. Let's see. We should be able to grab this region now. And probably get visibility with Shichi upcoming. And then here, this battle is a Pyrrhic victory. And even though it's a Pyrrhic victory, I think that we can actually take it by, you know, without actually having to go through as many losses. But then again, Pyrrhic victory is for her, not for the reinforcing army. They don't take consideration into this calculation that's here. Let's go.
All right, let's begin here. So he's basically distributing his units. The spear guards are on that edge over there, which are a little scary. And then here, let's move these guys. Actually, let me move her to become visible over to this front, because everybody else has stock, so I don't really care about everybody else. I mean, about her. I don't want her to be with the rest of these units, basically. Let's get her over here. Okay. Now, the best thing here is, if the enemy actually goes for the capture point, I don't have to worry about the towers, which is gonna be actually pretty perfect for me. Okay, very good. What an absurd, like, movement, like, determination to go around that way instead of the other. Maybe it's because it's a defense area, so it's like the defender would like to go around if you actually click from one to the other, maybe? I don't know. Anyways, let's get her up here. And let's put all these guys, like, right over here, basically. So we have to play this very, very, very carefully. Where are the cav units? Let's see. Nothing around here? I don't really care too much about the spear guards. I can handle them. Okay, slow down. That's the one I want to shoot the most, this guy. But he is not in a position I want to shoot him.
Move out! Quickly! March! Attack! Release missiles!
Yep, that really things up there. God damn it, idiot.
Move! Run! Move! Double time!
Alright.
Double time!
20 more seconds till the next volley.
Spears ready!
Make sure we're not on a downward slope. That's really important.
Okay. Hurry! Make haste! Run! March quickly!
Let's go up again.
Quick march! Hurry! Move!
Alright, spear guards have been weakened.
Go!
Where's the big boy calf? Right there.
Move! Move! Double time! Missiles! Fire!
I won't hit him, but... Oh my god, dude. Holy shit. Run, 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 run.
Run! To attention spearmen! Hurry! Move! Make ready! Prepare! To battle! Move out! Quickly!
Alright, let's get her up to get the, what do you call it?
Stand ready!
The, melee evasion all the way maxed out for these units.
Ready! Steel yourselves! AP warriors! Stand ready! To attention! Make ready! Faster! Move! Run! Spears to hand! Move out!
Okay, here we go.
Faster! Attend! Be everywhere and nowhere! Strike! Destroy them! Double time! Steal your power! The time
Oh, wait, it's 50% more melee evasion. That's my bad. Sorry. I misspoke.
At the ready! Run! March! Untouchable! Run! Run! Go! 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 Yes! Yes! Good! Move! 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 Hurry! Move! Look! The enemy runs!
Very good. Alright, losses should start coming in at any second now. Maybe. Alright, back up. Alright, there we go. So we got the iron mine, we just gotta get the copper mine next. And we can get out of here now. Let's go.
Alright, same thing here. Not a high level location. Occupy it. And then we get the garrison games, which can give us more replenishment for own garrison here, which wouldn't necessarily be too much of a bad thing. But right now, there's two things to think about here. Now, replenishment is pretty good. Plus 15% here would be like really, really good. Especially when combined with the plus 10%, I think, that we can get from completing the construction costs or the construction in a major region or our capital mission that we haven't completed yet, and then recruiting 2 more units will give us the plus 10% that I'm speaking about here. So there are good things to consider in this location. Now, I think that because we're expanding really fast and this place is struggling with overall public order at the moment, and faction support has now gone away, we can potentially do really well with getting this extra public order here and then slow down to build up our actual army. I think that would be a more worthwhile decision to take here, to actually build this place up. And actually, you could look at this. We're already going down by -2, which is a pretty severe hit that we were taking. Let's build this up here. We're going to get 10 prestige from the iron mine. This lady has leveled up, and she is someone that we can utilize. She's an heir right now. We can utilize her for, let's see. We're using her for combat purposes right now, but she's not good for that. Just use her for utility, if anything. So let's work her down the tree. And now Sunshine is faction leader. So it's too late in terms of trying to get him potentially as married into our faction, because if he dies before turn 7, or Sun Jian dies before turn 7, on turn 7 Sunshine will become faction leader, and Sunshine died on turn 6. I think I started recording before that pop-up appeared. So because of that, Sunshine now controls 2 regions down here, and I think he controls one across the water on this front. I have to take that into account. Now with Sunshine, if we look at him, we could potentially get into very friendly terms with him, so he can focus on other shit down here if he wants to, and not necessarily on us per se. So I definitely get some decisions to take here while I focus on basically cleaning up these commanderies around this area. As for my army on this southern front, I need to reach this region and finalize taking out the Yellow Turbans. I should be able to reach it the next turn. We can grab the entirety of this next turn. And then this location is mainly a location to make money and food per se. So we can actually utilize this place as a food hub as well, just like I do for the Shindu region. So we can just build it up with the Shanjue Enclave here, and then just basically continue from there to have 2 food hubs, while the rest of the regions are basically locations for basically locations for making banditry income or other incomes as we work up, there we go, the reserves, which give more public order, and they give also more income from our sources, as you can see here. So in order to maintain, if you look at this, as reserves go up, we get a penalty to reserves going down. So we need to make sure that we have a good food balance to be able to maintain high reserves in corresponding commanderies. Now, as for Sun or Baihu, we're gonna now try to work our way back to grab this copper mine in this area over here, and then also proceed to grab this fishing port, and we'll have the entirety of these 2 commanderies. As for Liu Yao, we're getting to the point where we can almost, it's gonna take about 4 more turns where we can actually leave this alliance and not actually get penalized for leaving it. And we want to do that as we push towards this faction over here, so we can then turn the military contract on Liu Yao and then grab these regions that he has himself. And then from there, we'll have very good control of the south. And if we want to, we could prevent maybe Mr. Sun Che from keeping on expanding in the south if I want to, or basically cut him off, or I can just let him build in this area. I control this area over here, and then we create a big war later on in the campaign. Our person that is in assignment has leveled up. He's mainly good for battle purposes, it appears, because of graceful and spiteful. So getting him this does not appear that useful to get the gluttony. So we can basically work him up in this direction to give him patience, resourceful, etc. So with that done, we're gonna work up this way, get all of these things on the side, on the north side, and then we now control General, who can pacifies the south. Which, if we look at that title, let's see what it gives. So I do not remember these things on the top of my head. +5 loot and +20 satisfaction. And then here, enable scare when attacking on the map. Lord of Thunder. When a battle, when enemy. Oh, that's the other one that I had already unlocked. Okay, cool. All right, so nothing else to do here. In terms of active spies, just a bunch of randoms have appeared. If I look at these guys, I have the max amount of armies deployed at this moment, so I can't really do much recruiting new potential, what do you call it, armies for my own like use cases here. Don't build anything up here just yet. Keep it as it is. We already built up this commandery. We'll build up the fishing port in just a bit. And then we, of course, want to get the hidden fortress built up here. And if we look at the bandit, we're at 20 prestige at the moment. We could go and get this up. That'll give me 10 more prestige. Very good. And actually, if I do this, I need about 30 more prestige, right? Yeah, just build a Shandua camp. All right, without further ado, let's continue. All right, continuing here, I'm building up the black market, as this entire commandery will do great with having black markets built all around it. Now, what I could do though, to get the what do you call it? Yeah, we get this black market. Actually, we're good. We should be able to get the prestige that we need after we have the copper mine to get to the next banditry level. And in here, we can strike this location next. And now this is a decisive defeat, but again, these characters have great abilities. We can win this without having to do anything else here. Let's go. All right, let's begin here. All right, we can just actually walk over here. So if you walk, you actually gain a small amount of stamina very slowly. If you run, excuse me, I got the hiccups, you actually lose stamina. Let's go do fast. I don't care about these units that much. Come on. Oh my god, I almost killed him.
Make ready.
Idiot.
The enemy unit flees!
Shit.
Cowards!
Oh, okay. I almost killed him. Yeah, we were able to win the settlement. Oh my god. Now we have great loot here. So let's just do a basic occupation. And then if we look at this region, it's another place that actually gives good extra banditry income. So we can actually net combine to get how much banditry income in total? 125 here. 125 here as well. It doesn't necessarily give like too much banditry income per se. So I could just keep this as it is and not build it up anymore. because I could still get a lot of banditry income instead of building a Shanjue camp here, which I already did actually. Okay, let's build that. Yep, we'll get this one up and running next. If I look at this region, it's got 6 food being produced. This one has 10 right now. It'll actually be more once I get the fishing port. And then here, we still have about $5,700 like in the bank right now, which is like crazy. But continuing, let me fix this mistake. So just so you know, you don't do it on your side. We actually should build this black market here. Sure, this place gives food, but how we really are gonna make a lot of food here. Yeah, let me actually look at this. 200% food from banditry, and then this is food from banditry. Yeah, this would just be regular food here, and this is food from farming, not necessarily banditry, so we won't get necessarily a multiplier from this food here. But we keep this built for now, just keep making that money since it was already constructed. And then here we'll get a little bit of food from farming, which is meh, whatever. But basically we'll get this place built here, get extra income from banditry, and build it up. And in here, nothing else I want to do. I believe we got dual war axes now. Holy shit, not bad. All right, so yeah, anyways, good to know. And then she's getting very friendly. She's friends now with Yan, what did you call it, with Yan Baihu now, which is great. Yan Baihu is friends with Sejue. Yeah, we gotta get more people to become friendly in the faction, so we definitely gotta work this up. So anyways, yep, I think we're good here. Let's continue. Actually, let me not do this. Let me actually keep it as it is and actually fix this building first. Get a garrison at least getting built up there, and then do, work my way up. I probably will switch the next turn once I grab the copper mine. Anyways, that is it. Let us continue. Actually, let me think. So if I build this, I'll get 10 prestige. That'll get me to 40 out of 50. I think, I don't know if the mission that makes you go up to Duke appears when you go up to, let me see. No, there's no Duke here. Whoops. You know what? Let's play this safe. Let's actually build this building up, this large town, and then we can complete the mission that we have active at the moment to build up a region era major commandery to get that extra construction cost reduction. And then if I go here, let's actually build this to the one that gives more banditry income to get more multiplier in this region. And then we should be able to level up. And I think this mission will complete first. I don't think it'll get canceled because I think it's when you go up to Duke, which is above second Marquis, which is I think what Raider is when you're a bandit. But anyways, I think we're good here. Let us continue. All right, so we built a region in my major commandery, so I get minus 20% construction cost. And then I believe I also leveled up to Raider or to Bandit. So now I have 2 administrative positions. So I can put now this lady to get even more construction cost reduction, even though it's going to raise my overall up. Oh my god, only $1,600 to build up this joint. Dude, what the hell, man? Okay, so in that case, 1,000? Really? Jesus. Really? Minus 2 turns? I thought it'll be more than that. Okay, anyways. Yeah, we'll build this one. We'll build this one. Everything's getting very cheap to build right now. Even if I instantly build this, I can even build the large town if I want to. And the hidden fortress. Oh my god. Damn. Alright, hold on. Can I actually reach the copper mine?
Be ready.
Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, and I don't have any more characters around to actually grab this region, but that's okay. We'll get up here. We'll get up here.
I know our destination. I will go.
Yeah, I don't want him to drop in loot that much. Although, I could just... Let me see.
Take everything.
No. Okay. No, I think we're good. Any new potential turncoats have appeared? Doesn't seem like anybody valuable has appeared here. We got these things done. Now we're getting more banditry income over here. The public order, though, is really bad because of the low faction support, which is killing me right now. So there could be a rebellion in this location. Be very careful with this. Let's actually turn off taxation here just to fix it for now. Yep, we'll build up this joint. We only have that much money left, so just take that into account. And yeah, I do want to build a hidden fortress, but I don't think there's much I can do in terms of money here. Well, I got another trade agreement. And now, because I reached Sun She,
Well met.
and I can actually trade with him right now. And then that will get him almost to very friendly. And if I give him a little bit of food, let me see. 14. Do I get him to 16? Really? Damn. Interesting, but 2 food is actually enough to get him to 16. Maybe with 16, I can get him to friendly. And we can get non-aggression, military access, etc. So anyways, let's do this. If I give him this, how much does he trend now? Not much. Oh, wow. Wind ancillary is actually good enough. But I do have an excess amount of food. Let's actually just give him this. 16. Yeah. Let's give him this. That'll get him to friendly.
It is agreed.
And then I can get non-aggression packs with him and keep getting more deals with him. Alright, I got him to friendly. I'll give him 1 food per turn for the next 10 turns. And I'll get a non-aggression pack. And then
terms
from
are
there,
fair.
he's not trending that much more
We
positive
feel honored.
to get a military access with him. But I could get the military access if I wanted to, if I gave away one of my silver items that I have, or the flying daggers, which I think I forgot to mention that I actually got that item. Now, if I were to do this, how much positive would he get? Let's see. If I give him this, right? And then a little bit of money. 35. Well, actually, we'll get him to very friendly with us. That's not gonna happen, dude. Keep dreaming. Anyway, so we could do this and get him to very friendly, which in turn will make it easier to get deals done with him. Now, of course, I have an alliance right now with Liu Yao, so I can't do much in that aspect, in that direction at least. So let me just keep this as it is for now. I don't think I can get the military access with him just yet. And then here, I can't reach this settlement, and I don't have another character that I can deploy. These guys are still around. Damn, nobody's recruiting them. Holy crap. I mean, they're not bad characters, but whatever. I don't want to waste the money recruiting them. And then here, now that I got this, right? Let's go to our...
Eager to listen.
what do you call it? Our military ally. We have to wait 2 more turns, so we don't get that treacherous penalty. But what we can do is, we can get on Force March.
Channel the people's
There we go. And let's work our way up this way. Let me see.
towards peace.
There we go. I think we're getting a little bit less replenishment, but we need to get
Moving out.
all the way up this way to start grabbing this salt mine. And then we'll grab the copper mine next. And then from there, we'll get this as well. And I think we're good here. Yeah, let's continue. Oh, wait, I forgot about this. We can drop this down and then bring it up when we need to. We're not got that many units deployed, so or character salary, so we're not really influencing this too much. Dropping this down will make it dangerous when doing battles at -10 morale. We can't forget about. But now look at this overall happiness. It's just really, really crazy right now how high it is. And then we could use this guy for other things if we want to, in our campaign. And then if we would want to move our capital towards this location in Poyang, we could, and we could actually get a good income multiplier if that was our capital over here. But right now we don't necessarily have that. Anyways, we'll get that. We'll probably not do that for this guide. We'll probably just get to this settlement, break the alliance with Liu Yao, and then from there we'll get to a region where we're very friendly with Sun Che. He can do whatever the hell he wants over here, and then we'll consolidate our power in the south over here. Let's go. All right, so this lady has leveled up. We're gonna give her poison arrows here. Who has appeared? Liu Mao, who does have night battles, does have a total of 20% extra melee evasion, which for some reason I guess he has really low value as it is. Okay, and now we can now proceed over here to get all the way over towards this salt mine location. I think they're in pretty good health as it is right now.
At ease.
He's actually stabilized this location, getting good income there.
China is people, not its oppressive warlord.
What does he have here? Bunch of archers, that's not scary. Bunch of basic units, that's not scary at all. And then here, we need to keep building stuff up. We got about $3,100 right now. So let's get the hidden fortress built there. This place is still going up in level. How much more turns do I have? We have 2 more turns, right? Okay. Okay, very good. So let's do this battle here, but we're gonna attack with this lady, and then Baihu we're gonna attack with so we can loot this place, and then we can get loot and occupy to boost up his loot finally to high enough levels. Let's just auto resolve it. Very good.
Victory suits us.
Yeah, we took a lot of losses there, but here loot and occupy, we'll get our loot up.
Leave no stone
Very good.
unturned.
Repair. We'll get the copper mine built up, and then here.
I cannot cease.
There we go. He's gonna get back up in full health. And then we want to be able to grab this, what do you call it? This fishing port the next turn. I don't think even if Baihu is on force march, we'll be able to reach it. We'll see.
Ever forward.
I mean, even if this dude attacks me, I'm not really worried. So let's go here. Yeah, we'll repair this joint. We're good. Public order is going up very, very slowly. Faction support is still killing me. And yeah, we're doing good because of this freaking plus 10 public order that we got active right now. This place is actually going up really high up thanks to the underling plus 5 public order. This underling is a bandit, so she doesn't have that underling based mission actually active right now. And then I'm not gonna instantly build that location. We can instantly build this one though. I have enough money to actually... Oop, yep. Plus 5 more research rate. This place though is a food location. That's weird. Okay, so anyways, let's get this place up. We need higher public order right now. This place is getting killed. Or population, actually. Yeah, so let's get this up here. More prestige. Very good. We have good amounts of income over here. This is all getting built up extremely well. We'll try to get this up the next turn. So let's do this. Let's go to this guy.
You have
And then we're going to declare an alliance war against him. And then with this done, boom.
Victory requires guile.
Very
as
good.
well as might. Yes, yes. Talk.
Now we're going to negotiate peace. We're going to go to Liu Yao now.
Glad to see you.
Mercenary assistance against this dude. Let's get some money out of it. There we go. Maybe like 1-1-1-1. Whoop. Excellent.
Very well.
And now we're getting to the
Welcome.
point
Take a seat.
where we can actually go here and actually break the alliance with Liu Yao if we want to. But before doing so, we're gonna do some other shenanigans. We're gonna do another war alliance declaration with Liu Yao against another faction. So basically what I want to do is have additional enemies that I can just abuse to my advantage. Actually, these guys have no enemies right now. Huh, okay. And so let's do this.
Victory requires guile as well as might.
Zerong, I'm giving food for one more turn. Interesting. Liu Biao is not visible.
We are listening.
We could become his vassal if we wanted to, but we're not going to do that. Oh, he's really willing to do the alliance war declarations. That's crazy.
Serve the people.
And now if I were to want to
Welcome.
leave
Take
this
a seat.
alliance, I'll do it the next turn, because the next turn I can declare war on Zerong. Okay. Very good. Yep, nobody else to get here. Nobody else that I care about, at least. Let's continue. Alright, so these generals decided to engage me, but I should be able to manage against them and be able to defeat them. If I look at their overall, Wisdom of the River is a pretty strong one. Stifling Deluge will make it easier to use Wisdom of the River. And she has Temper Deflection, which probably won't matter. I think maybe it will affect Poison Volley? We'll have to see. Let's go.
Alright, let's see where the enemy is. They're gonna come towards me, so... Oh shit, they're Oathsworn. Huh.
Quick day! The time has come! At the ready! Take heed, warriors! Your attention!
Oh my god.
Prepare! Heal yourself!
Oh my goodness, we just hit this shit up.
Stand ready!
But that didn't really do anything to her.
Craven! Hurry! Move! Destroy them! To battle! Look! The enemy run! Craven!
Very good. Jesus. Come on. Excellent. And then this one. Chatter, chatter. Jesus. Okay, they're done. Very good. Let's get out of here.
All right, we get a chance here to release a few characters and get a little bit more money. Our loot is not necessarily doing too bad, so you can just get a little bit more. And income actually would be good too. I said let's get the income. We don't have too much money right now as is, so let's take advantage of that. And now this chick is actually going to engage me. It's not necessarily scary at all. Let's go. All right, let's go up. Actually, let's do this.
Heal yourselves! Run!
Quick speed! Run! Quick march!
More! Enemy reinforcements are arriving!
Run! Run! March at the double! Faster! Move! Prepare! Go! 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 Move out quickly! Run! Move! Move! Double time! Hurry! Move! March at the double! Hurry! Move! Faster!
All right, that should let us wind up the actual shots. Ooh, 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 ooh. Shoot now. Come on.
You are finished!
I will crush you for this insult!
All right, that shot the captain unit. That is great.
No fury! No mercy!
That will eliminate the
Look,
unit that has
the enemy
encourage
run.
from the battle. Very good.
Craven.
They shattered. Very good. Just basically take this unit out of there. Very good.
To attention! Move! Move out quickly! Go! 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 Run!
Attend! Faster! Move! Hurry! Move! Destroy them!
Another captain unit. Come on.
Prepare!
Take heed, warriors!
Look! The enemy run! Craven!
Make sure the captain unit does not escape. Remove the encourage from the battle. Very good. Oh shit.
March at the double!
God
Double
damn,
time.
dude.
Attack!
Let's take out the saber infantry because they tend to have pretty good overall combat potential. Not combat potential, but actually, yeah, combat potential. Not necessarily defensively, so not too high on the auto resolve, but still pretty good. All right, let's get out of here. All right, this lady has appeared again. Let's
Return them to
release.
their kin.
And then here, a little bit more income. Our loot is not necessarily too hot. Let's get the money actually.
They fought
Yeah,
only
there
for
we go.
their beliefs.
And we can actually reach them if we actually want to. How much movement will we have left? 15. Oh yeah, let's do that. Heroic victory. Holy shit, dude.
Our victory is
God damn,
proof of
everybody's dead.
heaven's approval.
It's a lot of extra money right there from that contract. Again, get more
We
loot.
take this in the
Yeah,
name
and
of the people.
you has leveled up. There's a new faction leader. And then here, same thing. We can get own retinue, post battle loot speed. we can get encouraged. Let's keep working him up. And then from here, get the other bonuses. Excellent. Okay. So aside from that, if I look, I can actually reach the settlement if I want to. Now, the trick here is, let me first go to diplomacy, right? It's a weird-ass name. Defiant. Never stay subordinate. Oh, okay.
A middle ground can be reached.
He's actually trending positive. Oh, because releases general so much. Oh, that's actually interesting. Okay, let's go to
We
Sarong.
feel honored.
Who we're still, for some reason, supplying food. For one more turn.
The honor is mine.
Okay, so if I go to Liu Yao,
Well met, friend.
I can leave the military alliance right now if I actually want to. Now, what's our money situation? Pretty weird.
Deflect with shield. Cleave with sword.
I'm eager to listen. I'm eager to listen.
For the people. Ultimately, this will benefit all of China. Resist corruption and endure hardships.